Yeah, there is a word which doesn't. Okay, let's forget about that. I'm going to give it to you next time because here there is a mistake. So I don't like to give you a word which is not direct and straightforward. But this exists. The Quran affirms that the Torah is used to lead the children of Israel. That is the purpose of it. But I'm going to give it to you next time. But don't be sad. But I'm going to bring that next time. I'm going to give that to you next time. But I'm going to read here that if you say that the Torah is false, let's read in the book of Hadith. The book of Hadith, we're going to take a look at the book of the Hadith. The book of Hadith, according to Sunan Abu Dawud 4449, it is said that the Torah is a book without doubt. Let's read that. And also the Torah is really accepted. You cannot reject it. I think we have read that. Am I wrong? I think we have read it. Like it was bring the Torah, and he has put his hand. I accept you, and the one who revealed you. I think we have read that at the beginning, or haven't we? Sunan Abi Dawud. Haven't we read it? Okay, let's read it. Sunan Abi Dawud 4449. Let's read it. Let's read it. I think we have read it. Yes, that's what I said. We have read it. Okay, let's see another one. The Torah is a book without a doubt. So you cannot doubt with the Torah. So Yunus, verse 37. We're going to read Yunus 37. So your word says that the Torah, there is no mistake. Yunus 37. This Quran could not have been fabricated by anyone besides Allah. Rather, it is a confirmation of what was revealed before it. So it is already something has happened before. An elaboration of the book, there is no doubt in it, from the Lord of the worlds. So if we're taking a look at this, it's a confirmation of what was revealed before it. So the book before it is the Sefer Torah of Jews. So if the Quran claim that it's true, the Torah has been true the beginning. So the book without doubt is the Torah. So the Quran is a confirmation of what is before. So if you confirm the Torah, you must confirm the Torah because it's from the Torah that Quran came from. So if the Torah is true, the Quran is true, and the Torah is false, the Quran is false. But the first, which is without doubt, is the Torah, and that is so true. That is so clear. You can read it, you can think about it, that it's a confirmation of what was revealed before it. So there was already something better before, and it was just emphasized and confirmed. Let's read the next one. What is the next one? Yunus 94. We're going to read that. Yunus 94. If you are in doubt about what we have sent down to you, if you are in doubt about what we have sent down to you, ask those who read the book revealed before you. So this book, they want to say Torah. So the reference that you take, if you want to confirm something, you must always read the Torah. The Quran is not a reference, but the Sefer Torah of the Jews. So how can you say We don't need the Torah anymore. That is already an ancient book, but now we need the Quran. However, it says here, the Quran says itself, take the book revealed before, which is the Sefer Torah. You see? But when the Quran says about the book, this book, before, revealed before, it is the Torah. The book revealed before is the Torah, because this prophet was in 600. See, the book was already in 2000 BC, so we have to ask that book. So the truth is the Sefer Torah. So we cannot reject that. So I'm telling you, the book, your book and your prophet, I have given that to you, that we cannot reject the Torah. Okay, next words. After having done that, who was being sacrificed on the Mount of Moriah? Who was the one being sacrificed in the Mount Moriah? Because it's the one who is being sacrificed who becomes a blessing for all the nations. And they are going to be enslaved for 400 years. And it has been proved. The Sefer Torah is the truth. Everything is based from that. If we are looking for the truth, so of course we have to get back to the Sefer Torah. So who is being sacrificed? The truth, the answer is Genesis chapter 22. Genesis chapter 22, verse 2. So this is so clear. That must be, okay, Genesis chapter 22, verse 2. Then God said, take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah, sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you. So, according to the Sefer Torah of Jews, according to all the explanation, which you cannot deny anymore, the descendants of Jacob, descendants of Isaac, received the word. Isaac was the one who was being sacrificed according to the words of the God of Abraham. Bring your son, your only son, and it was Isaac. So after giving you these words, the question is it true that all the words have been given to the children of Israel about the salvation? The words is true. Let's read Genesis chapter 22. It says it's through Isaac that all the blessing will come from. Genesis chapter 22 verse 16. Because it continues. Genesis chapter 22 verse 15. The angel of YAHVAH called to Abraham from heaven a second time and said, I swear by myself, declares YAHVAH, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you and make your descendants numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand of the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies, and through your offspring all nations on earth will be blessed because you have obeyed me. So there is no Ishmael anymore at the time because he was kicked out, but only Isaac, and it's the descendants of Isaac who were being enslaved in Egypt. So there is nothing that you can deny anymore. So the one who received the covenant is Isaac. Jacob is his descendants. It's Israel, the children of Israel, the Jews at the moment, children of Israel. So what is the conclusion of these words after hearing that? It's obvious. The blessing of all the nations will come out. So what kind of prophet will be followed? Because the blessing of all nations come from there. So what kind of prophet will we follow? The word is so clear because the word is made for children of Israel. If we read the Exodus chapter 19, this decrees and law is made for the children of Israel. So Arabs cannot introduce themselves inside. So Exodus chapter 19, can Arabs enter in this thing, which is already obvious that it is for Isaac? So can Arabs enter there? So that there will be Arabs prophet will come out from this revelation of the Sefer Torah of Jews. So is it accepted that there will be Arabs prophet? We're not going to enter in the gospel or the good news or the new covenant. But let's stick on this Sefer, the Torah, because this is the original, because everything written here are the truth. So Exodus chapter 19, verse 3 to 5. Exodus 19, 3 to 5. Then Moses went up to God, and YAHVAH called to him from the mountain. So here the children of Israel were brought out. So here they're already with Moses. And YAHVAH called to him from the mountain and said, "This is what you are to say to the descendants of Jacob, and what you are to tell to the people of Israel. You yourself have seen what I did to Egypt, and how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself." Yes, Torah and Quran knows that, and they all say that. Now, if you obey my fully and keep my covenant, what is you? Then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession, although the whole earth is mine. So who are these people saying, now if you obey my fully law and keep my covenant? The verse 3 is so clear. YAHVAH called to him from the mountain and said, "This is what you were to say to the descendants of Jacob, and what you were to tell to the people of Israel." So the people who is going to keep these words is the children of Israel. Only you are going to give this word to the descendants of Jacob and the children of Israel. Arabs is not including the Chinese, the Malagasy, all Africans, the English, the French, the Japanese. They cannot enter there. They are not included, but only Israelites. This is so clear. And this word, he said, don't add nor subtract. Let's read that. Don't add the command that I have given to you, and don't subtract. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 2. You cannot add, you cannot subtract. So this word, this command, let's read it. So it is made for children of Israel, and Arabs cannot include themselves inside, because it is said, do not add. Now Israel, you see, it is mentioned Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 1 and 2. Now Israel, hear the decrees and laws I am about to teach you. There is nothing like, oh, Arabs, or I, Chinese, now English. But it is said, now Israel, hear the decrees and laws I am about to teach you. So the words of beloved YAHVAH given to Moses is the children of Israel who follow this and must obey this. Listen to this. I am teaching you that you follow it. So the one who follow it and being taught here is Israel, children of Israel, not Arabs. So you see, Arabs are wrong. Whoever include themselves in this law of Moses, the Sefer Torah, they are all wrong. No one can include themselves inside. It's only for children of Israel. So that you may live and may go in and take possession of the land YAHVAH has given to you. Do not add to what I command you, and do not subtract from it, but keep the commands of YAHVAH, your God, that I have given to you. So the law and the words in the Sefer Torah, you cannot add, you cannot subtract. And the words there is, it is reserved, made for children of Israel. So Arabs cannot enter there. There is nothing to do with Arabs. But the Arab prophet just enter in someone else's business in forbidden way. You have gone against the words of the God of Abraham. As proof, you were fighting for the yard of Jerusalem, and you built that mosque. Will you think that what will happen to you will be easy for what you have done? Because the words of God of Abraham was limpid. This belongs to the children of Israel. We can see it on the Sefer Torah, and this is only made for the children of Israel. So, will it be easy for you to face the consequence because of what you have willed about the mosque? You have to get ready, Arabs, Muslims, and get ready, because this great God is going to hit you. The one who sent Eliah. That's why Eliah is telling you what you have done is wrong. What have you done? Because when Nebuchadnezzar have destroyed the temple of Jerusalem, you have built a mosque next to it because you had the authority to colonize, so you had built that mosque. However, it is said, don't add the words. So this words is for the children of, this land is for the children of Israel, and do not subtract the words. So this land belongs to children of Israel. So it should be a temple of the children of Israel should be built there. But look, it's a mosque. It's a mosque which is on the temple on the yard of Jerusalem. What you have done is so bad. You have calling for fight against the God of Abraham. So he is going to bring tool for that, because what you have done is forbidden. Let's continue the words. Let's read Deuteronomy chapter 13. Deuteronomy chapter 13. Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 1. Okay, so if you were using a French version, it's Deuteronomy chapter 12 verse 32. So that is in the French version, but in Malagasy version, it's Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 1. See that you do all I command you. Do not add to it or take away from it. So you cannot add, you cannot take away from the word. As it is said, children of Israel is to people who obey this. So Arabs cannot enter there. Arabs cannot enter here, whatever they say. But that is the law of the God of Israel, YAHVAH, and that is in the Sefer Torah of the Jews. Arabs are rejected, they are kicked out. That is a law that you cannot introduce yourself. So that is a law you cannot add, you cannot subtract. However, you have done foolishness. You Arabs, you all Muslims, what have you done? And these words have repeated 2 times. Do not add, do not subtract. And when it is made for children of Israel, let the people of Israel enter there. And don't get into that. However, you get into it. So what is this bad thing that you have done? This is already a dangerous sin. That's why I say to you, your God is fake. You are all wrong. Okay, let's read as we are finishing it, that we cannot add, we cannot subtract. Can we accept Arabs prophet? Deuteronomy 18 reply to it, because it is said that it's Israel who follow this, who obey this. This is made for Israel for them to be obeyed. So it's clear that everyone who follow this must be Israelite. No English, no one can enter into this Sefer Torah. So Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 15. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 15. YAHVAH, your God, will rise up for you a prophet like me from among you. The question is, what kind of prophet is here? We know clearly that we cannot add, we cannot subtract, but this is made for the children of Israel. So if it is made for the children of Israel, it's obvious. It's a prophet, Israel's prophet from you, because it is for Israelite people. So it's Israelites who follow and obey this word. So there is nothing to do with Arabs. The prophet cannot be Arab, but it's an Israelite prophet from you, from among you, like me, because I myself is Israelite according to Moses. So you must listen to him. So what you must listen is a prophet, Israelite prophet, because there is a prophet. The prophet that you must listen is a Israelite prophet, and the words of the God of Abraham, YAHVAH, said, do not add and do not subtract, because this is a law for children of Israel. So if God said, I'm going to rise a prophet from you, so it's children of Israel and it's not Arab, because it does say, do not add, do not subtract this word. So this is made for the children of Israel. So all the other nations are kicked out. Arabs, Chinese, whoever, they are set aside, they get kicked out, but it's only Israelites who follow this. So Arab's prophet is rejected by Sefer Torah. They are absolutely rejected by the Sefer Torah. There is no much talk, but once the Sefer Torah says, all the Arab prophets are kicked out, because all of you have done it wrong. So whatever Arab prophets have wrote, it has been rejected by this Sefer Torah. So the result, 0 result. So the Quran is fake because it is written by Arab's prophet. So as it is written by Arab prophets, the Quran is fake. No one has invented anything, but read the words carefully. And I have approved from the root that your Quran is fake because it is written by Arab's prophet. And the covenant of beloved YAHVAH has been defined here, where his promise and covenant has been gone through. It's through Isaac and Jacob, because they were enslaved for 400 years. So, and also it is made for the children of Israel. So how does it come that Arabs wrote the words after that? However, the other nation cannot enter themselves inside of this. So, in the verse 18, I will rise up for them a prophet like you from among theirs. So it's between Israelites. It is made for the children of Israel, not the other nations. And it is said to be observed and obeyed in Israel, not in the land of Arabs. That is also another word. Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 1. Let's read Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 1. Deuteronomy 12:1. These are the decrees and laws you must be careful to follow in the land that YAHVAH, your God, the God of your ancestor, has given you to possess, as long as you live in the land. So where is this to be observed? It's in Israel. You cannot bring it to Arabia, to China, to America. No, it's only in Israel that it must be followed and obeyed. So how does it come that you bring up a book from your nation and take the Sefer Torah and you are like, we are from the God of Abraham? However, it is rejected by the Torah. And here it is said that other nations cannot enter there, but the only prophet accepted here is Israelite prophet. However, you see, the one who bring your Quran is Arab. It is rejected by the Sefer Torah of Jews. So the Sefer Torah of Jews kicked out the Quran. So the God of Abraham reject and kicked out the Quran. It doesn't exist in front of him. So this Quran is to kill people to hell. As proof, everyone who follows your God are all sinners. And sinners don't expect to go to the heaven of heaven. That will never exist. You will never go there, but you will go to hell as programmed for you. That's why I say to you, be conscious. This is about love. Eliah brings and pulls up your thought. This is not about hatred, but I give you thought. Save your spirit because you die. You are dying. That's it. Okay, let's get back to the words. If you don't follow this word, it's this God of Abraham who will kill you. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18. I will rise. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18 and 19. I will rise up for them a prophet like you from among their fellow, and I will put my word in his mouth. He will tell them everything I command him. I myself will call to account anyone who does not listen to my word. So it is said, listen to Azrael's prophet. So you have to listen to them. So if you don't listen to Azrael's prophet, you have to get ready to fight against the God of Abraham. His name is YAHVAH. He is the owner of the Sefer Torah, but you have stolen, you have taken what is inside, and you have created and invented all kinds of things, which is rejected by the Torah. You don't have the God of Abraham. You don't have that. But the God of Abraham is YAHVAH. That is his name. We're going to learn that next time. And that is the God who went through Isaac and Jacob, and whoever follows him never sinned anymore. And that is also the last messenger that he sent, YAHOSHUAH. Whoever followed the messenger he sent never sinned anymore. That is the real good news, and that is the real blessing. People never sin anymore. But as long as you were a sinner, you will not get blessing, but you were like a devil if you were a sinner. As long as you are a sinner, you are like a devil. If you don't want to be like a devil, come to beloved YAHVAH through the last messenger. His name is YAHOSHUAH, because he brings the word of life to save all people. You cannot deny that, because the good news is according to the Torah. It links to the Torah, and you cannot deny that also. It is in your book. The Torah and the Evangel are together. The Evangel tells about the salvation. The Torah tells about the program. So when the Torah said foreigners, prophet cannot enter there, so it must be Israelites. So there is no more discussion. Once it was said, do not add